Ah, I think we're about right. Good evening. My name is Sebastian James Rogerbody, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to Monday Night Live here from Windy Bottom. Now, first thing, you're going to have to excuse the way I sound. I am ill. I am poorly. And I'm all shaky and coughy and spluttery, and you'll just have to bear with it, my loves. So, apologies for that, but what can I do? I wasn't going to miss this. I wasn't going to miss my time with you, was I? What? I should rub it up. And, of course, we are starting tonight 1 whole hour earlier than usual, because it was suggested. Are you a bit blurry? Are you a bit blurry there? Do you need a wipe? Do you want me to wipe you, my loves? I'll give you a wipe. Hold on. Prepare to be... Oh, no, I won't wipe you with this. Here you go, look, I'll spoil you. I'll give you a wipe with a proper microfiber thing. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You're enjoying that. Right. Yeah, we're an hour earlier tonight. It was suggested in the last one, and I thought it would be a jolly good wheeze, because I'm not at all sure that I could last until our normal sort of 1 a.m. today, what with the poorliness and everything. So we'll start an hour earlier and we will see who's here. Oh, there's a few of you. My goodness grief. Oh, hello. Okay. Right, let's see who we've got with us. We have got the one and only Underscore. How are you, Matt? Nice to have you, mate. KKC is with us. Gilbert Theophilus Codwacker. Oh, sorry, you're not Codwacker anymore, are you? You're Toast Whacker. Oh, I've got to tell you something in a minute. Gilbert is with us. Oh, bloody hell, KKC. Anyone got any... oh, hang on. There's a ping up on Facebook. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just jump onto Facebook, because I'm still trying to get some of our singles lot, and Tracy's been very kind and helping me as well. Oh, hang on. Okay. So Sarah is watching, but she doesn't have the option to see the live chat, or to participate in the live chat. And she's just put a screenshot up in the Facebook group. So, anybody got any ideas? The only thing that I can think is that she isn't signed into a YouTube account. Sarah, you need to be signed into a YouTube account. You can do that via Google or whatever, but you do actually have to have a YouTube account to see the doings of the live stream. So make sure you set one of those up. If anybody else has got any ideas, shout them out in the comment a bit, and I will pass them on. But welcome, Sarah. Thank you for trying. It's lovely to have you with us. Anyone got any good Toast Rack songs? Did we do that to death, or? But it's Toast Racks. So happy to keep the Toast Rack theme going. What about films? We did songs on Thursday, didn't we? What about replacing one word of a film title with the word Toast Rack? Film or telly? And get some of those coming in, because the songs were good fun. I made the mistake of trying to read them all out. That was a massive mistake. Look at this. Look, I must be bloody ill. No wine, Vimto, eh? Oh, we've got an OPWAP in already. Shirley Kemp. Who's Shirley Kemp? No idea. Bad Books is with us. KKC. Would you really? Would you? Simone of Hooked on Classics is with us. Bloody hell, who's the imposter, says underscore. Jimmy Quinn is with us. How come you're all in bold, Jimmy Quinn? Why is your comment in bold? I'm not sure. But that's good. TP is with us, the lovely Tracy, and says it's much better earlier. Have I had a good weekend, asks Matt. Well, I've kind of been poorly, which has kind of taken the edge off it a bit. But yeah, it's been fine. Fairly uneventful and just work really, but can't grumble, can't complain. How was yours? How was everybody's weekend? Do tell me. And how was your Monday? What did you have for dinner? And all of the normal features that we put out there. And throw anything you like at me. It's just lovely to read your comments and nice to see you all interacting. What's the minimum WAP age? 60 or 65? Well, I suppose in theory, see, I told you I was going to cough, and you can bet that the first burp of the live stream won't be too far away. Or maybe we'll get away with that because I'm not drinking wine, or at least not yet. I'll have a glass at 11 o'clock. Purely medicinal. It's good for you. I mean, it's grape juice really, isn't it? And fruit is what you need to eat when you're poorly. In theory, an OPWAP would be 60 for ladies, 65 for men, or whatever the retirement age is now. But to even it up, I think we'll just say 60. So anything over 60 is potential OPWAP. Ah, dear. Who did that, Boaty? The council? Right, let's dust this one off at the crease, shall we? My hair routine is this. I wash it, I brush it, I leave it alone, and then on the same day each year, Bernard's birthday, 7th of January, I shave my head. And then that is just it until that time the following year. But because of you lot, and because of YouTube, and because I've done it a little bit differently this year. Normally, on the 7th of January, on Bernard's birthday, I shave my head completely. The full Yul Brynner, Telly Savalas, wet shave, absolutely. And I didn't do that this time. In light of you guys and this televisual type broadcast thing, I opted to spend some of my hard-earned going to your actual high street barber. And I got the barber to clip it. So yeah, this is what happens. You didn't know me last January, so you wouldn't have seen this happen, but get used to it. 7th of January, every year, it all goes. And you can't deny it was well overdue. I mean, I was looking like Ken Dodd plugged into a bloody light socket or something. So yeah, there you go. Hooked on Classics, Tinkerbell Nuts. Oh yeah, that is the name apparent. Oh, hang on, let me get this right. Mustard, are you out there? The name of Mustard's new car is Graham Tinkerbell Nuts Garden. I suggested Graham Lady Garden, which I thought was better, but what do I know? And it's his car. That haircut is a cut above, says Black Lines, and good evening to you, sir. It's a bit of a shock, isn't it? Bit of a shock to the system. I'm used to it. Hooked on Classics says singles lot. Oh, maybe you didn't know, Simone. I run a UK singles network, which comprises of various groups. We've got a large community group on Facebook. There's about 10,000 of us in there at any one time. I also run a dating website, an anxiety and depression support thing. If you want to check it out, Simone, it's www.ecdp, uksinglesnetwork.com. And that's all tied into the charity that I run and everything. All of the details are there on the website. There are links to the main Facebook community and whatnot. And if you would like to join us, you would be more than welcome. Do feel free to pop along. And any others of you who are single as well, do feel free. If you've been involved with dating websites or dating apps, this is a completely different kettle of halibut. And if you've looked at those bloody awful Facebook singles type groups that are just full of kids and sexual innuendo and endless filtered selfies and stupid bloody memes, again, we're nothing like that. It's a little bit more grown up, mature, and cerebral. There wasn't basically when I got divorced and fancied some form of social outlet, community type thing. The kind of thing I was looking for didn't exist. It was just kids and idiots. So I set one up, and that's what that's all about. Anyway, Frank Whittle is with us. Good evening, Frank. You cheeky bastard, Black Lines. It's a bit early for an Easter egg competition, isn't it? Look, if this is nothing, if I'd have done my normal, then there would be a complete shiny head reflecting the light into the camera now. So be thankful for small mercies. I do still have a bit of hair there. Oh, hello. the Toast Wreck films are coming in. Oh, and now TP, you're highlighted in black. Why are you highlighted in black? Is that because you're channel members? Have you become channel members and I missed it? If you have, thank you very much. Love thy Toast Wreck. Oh, I like that one. Tell me who cut your hair, I'll send the boys round. Yes. Oh God, the films are really ploughing in. Debbie does Toast Wreck. I like that. Simon is with us. You're early. Yeah, I'm an hour early. We talked about it on Thursday, and you guys suggested that you would prefer it to start a bit earlier, and I'm poorly, and I didn't think that I or my voice would last until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've had a bit of a long day, so I need an early-ish night, and I might have another long day tomorrow. I'll tell you all about that. There's some exciting stuff to talk about tonight. We've got our first message health review. Filth. There's some filth on its way. Let's see. And it's from _ who says, 2 girls, 1 toast rack. Somebody had to do it. Absolutely right. Joan Jett for an OPWAP. Have a wine, says Jimmy Quinn. I firmly intend to, mate, but not until 11 o'clock. If I start drinking wine at 10 o'clock in the evening, that's the road to ruin, is that. I'd be absolutely slaughtered by midnight, but I wouldn't be ready to go to bed. And I would do inadvisable things on the internet, and that is not a good thing. It's not nice waking up in the morning and realise you proposed to somebody or something of that nature. Stick to the rim toe for now. Right. Chatting. Right, I assume that the highlighted black thing means that you're channel members. So thank you to everybody who is supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. It's really appreciated. Uncle Toast Wreck. The planet of the... Oh my God, you're really going to town on the bloody Toast Wrecks. Right, that's it. On the subject of toast racks, I have spent today at Reservoir, oh God above. I have spent today at PNHQ and we've had a lot of fun, as you will see from the videos that will be coming out. And one of you guys sent Captain Mustard a toast rack, and kudos to you, because it is just the funniest thing ever. The look on his face. And it's like the perfect toast rack as well, because it's got cows on either end, which is, of course, his famous catchphrase, cows. So that is just absolutely brilliant. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by all of these toast rack film titles, and also the fact that on my live doings, I appear to have completely frozen at 27 seconds in. So let's try and whiz that forward. Oh, there we go. I might have pressed the wrong doings. Now then, somebody has sent me a card and a package, which I assume are a birthday card and whatnot. And I don't know if I'm supposed to open them now or save them until my actual birthday. I knew it. I knew the first burp wouldn't be far away. Welcome, first burp of the live stream. So if it was you who was very, very kindly sent these, let me know if I'm supposed to open them like now. Oh dear me. And welcome number 2, or save them until my birthday. Whoever it is might not come along until 11 o'clock, because nobody, it seems, is expecting this to start until 11. So there's not as many of us as there normally is, but that's cool. It means that I can keep up with the comments, which is jolly good fun. And God bless this toast rack. I'm just going to enjoy some of these. If anybody's confused by the toast rack thing, I'm trying to remember exactly how it started. I was talking about a toast rack. I'll tell you how it started. It started with Rob, didn't it? Rob, one of our community channels, Beards and Bangers. And I call him Mr. B&B, and we were talking about breakfast, weren't we? And I was saying that I hope that even though he was just a normal chap with a normal wife and a normal house, I hope that being called Mr. B&B, his breakfast table was all set up like a full B&B breakfast. And I spoke quite eloquently and at length about the important role that a toast rack plays in and on a nice breakfast table. And Mr. B&B agreed with me, saying that correct deployment of a toast rack avoided toast sweat. And one thing led to another, and now there are shed loads of us looking around charity shops and online auctions and goodness knows what, trying to find toast racks, not only for ourselves but for other people. So as I say, somebody had the genius idea of sending a cow's toast rack to Mustard, and it's only fair he has to use it now. The lovely Matt bought a matching pair of these on eBay, and one of them is for me, and that will be going to live in the caravan, or it'll be living here because I absolutely love it, and my current one will be going to live in the caravan. And on the subject of caravans, today, Captain Mustard and I had our first meal in the caravan. It was a takeaway, there was no cooking involved, because unusually I thought, go there today, have a really productive day, get to grips with that caravan. Mustard won't be ill again, so we can really get to grips with it, get the gas connected, get the heater working, get the cooker working, start to understand how everything works, get the fridge working, all of that sort of thing. Did it happen? Did it arse? We've played silly buggers all day, had a very, very long lunch, There was something else though. A chap called, or a chap known as Allegro Man, brought a car for me to look at, and that was quite exciting. We can talk about that. Are we still doing the toast rack thing? Yes, we're still doing the toast rack thing. Did the gas explode, asked Simon? Well, no, it didn't, because we didn't get round to doing anything with it. We've done sod all remotely productive today. We've just been arsing about, and hopefully it will come out on video, because it was pouring with rain and it was bloody cold, and we've come up with some good games actually. We played That's My Pilchard, we played Pump Pump Pumperson, and we invented some games where first of all you had to guess the YouTube channel by us taking it in turns to impersonate YouTube channels. And then we did another one where we had to represent YouTube channels by charades, not using any words. I'll give you one to give you an example. Oh, hang on, I'm still getting grief over this. Lord Brennan of Sealand just tuned in. Is that Ian Beale? Dear me. That poor caravan sits there dreaming of a new life as a YouTube star, and you guys just sit there eating in it. Appalling. Oh, and Gilbert says, I spent some time with Allegro Man's 45 on Saturday. It's lovely. If it was auto, I would have it. It is a really, really, really nice car, Gilbert. A very nice car indeed. Still a couple of little issues, but YouTube channels, Hubnut will be on the blower again. Wait until the video comes out. I'll give you one, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of us watch quite a few of the same YouTube channels. I'll give you 2 words, and let's see if anybody can get the YouTube channel from just these 2 words. Mustard got it straight away. Right, hang on. Good afternoon. That's it. Anybody get it? Name the YouTube channel. Good afternoon. What is Mustard doing with those MGTFs he has? They're both sold. So that's what he's doing with them. Deposits taken on both of them, just waiting for completion of sale and collection. Oh yeah, Simone, you got it straight away. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, absolutely correct. So yeah, we were doing a lot of that because it was raining and cold and we didn't want to do anything. We sat in the car for about an hour just playing stupid bloody games. And on the subject of Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, and I am a big fan, there might be something happening. He might be popping into the yard in March, so that might be another collaboration type thing that we've got to look forward to. Certainly next month you're going to have some collabs with the lovely Rob of Beards and Bangers. I'm still trying to set something up with Dan's Bangers, and I'm still talking to James, so hopefully something will happen there. Yeah, Simon, you got it as well. Underscore says, am I technically confirmed as Boaty's biggest fan now because I'm big? I don't know if you are, because Steve with the Fiat 500, well, who will be getting the Fiat 500 and who has got a little car collection including a TVR, an Alpha Spider, and so. But my mate Steve, who I've known for a long time, he's a fan. I'll be testing those cars, by the way, in the weeks to come, and he is 6'7". So I don't know, Matt. Are you bigger than 6'7"? I think you're bigger than me. I'm 6'5", and you're at least my height and possibly an inch or so above me. But I don't know if you're quite 6'7", are you? Yeah. Yeah, so Simon got it. Joseph Lloyd got it. KKC says furious driving. No. I did do furious driving, and must have got that one straight away as well. But he didn't tell me. He let me carry on whittling away for about 4 minutes. I won't do that now, but you'll see it on the video. It's quite funny, and the ones where we were trying to mime the YouTube channels are even bloody funnier. We started trying to mime them, and that didn't work, so I ended up doing give us a clue with 2 words and 2 syllables. And it's hard work with Mustard because he's he pretends to be a bit thick to annoy me. Underscore has invented a new game, which I'm guessing, given that his answer is Joseph Lloyd Toastrack, I guess that we are now moving on to replacing a word in YouTube channel names with the word Toastrack. Yeah, he is huge, Matt. Yeah, Steve's a big guy. It's not often I have to look up to people. Let me see. Simone says, good luck to anyone who wants to film my car. I'm in the depths of Devon, miles from anyone. I used to live in Devon, and it was very nice. I used to live in a little village, in the old post office, in a little village, which is right by Exeter Airport. And I used to commute from there to the showrooms in Birmingham. I must have been bloody mental. And then a lot of nights, having commuted back from Birmingham right down to just outside Exeter Airport, we'd then go out at night right down to the coast around Tor Bay. So it's a lovely county, Devon. Bad Books, yeah, you got it. Oh, Divas! Hello, mate. Divas is with us, and you will know him if you watched episode 2 or 3 of the Great Wiper Debate, because he was and remains the Nepali cricketing prodigy. And oh, how lovely that you're here, mate. Is your dad watching? I wonder if Ram's here as well. I bet he isn't. I bet he can't work out how to do it. Be on the lookout for any paranormal activity. Project Toast. Oh, Sarah! Sarah, you've done it. Well done. Let's all welcome Sarah Parsons, who like TP, is one of my singles folks who has very bravely made it over here to YouTube. So thank you for joining us, Sarah. You're very welcome. Everybody say hello to Sarah, and say hello to Divas, who is properly with us for the first time. Oh, and Gopi. Kathmandu Kitchen is my brother Gopi Dai. We call him Gopi Dai as now in Nepali, Dai means big brother, and Bay means little brother, but it's not as exact as that. Now Gopi and I are actually the same age, but I call him Dai, I call him Gopi Dai as a kind of mark of respect, because he is more senior than me, not in age, but in terms of in terms of everything else, because he is a very wealthy and successful businessman, and I'm just me. But he is the nicest man in the world, and it's lovely to have you. It's lovely to have you here watching. And yeah, I'm really chuffed about that. I'll let you into a secret. He's tuned in looking to see if there is any form of ghostly activity. Because we've had a little bit, you might remember a week or two ago, one of the pesky little spirits unlocked the kitchen door and opened it in the middle of a live stream, and it was locked from the inside. So it's not like anybody was playing silly beggars from the outside. And in Thursdays, one of my metal spatulas was thrown. You won't have seen it, but you'll have heard the noise and heard me say, Jesus, jump and say, Jesus Christ, what was that? And it was one of my metal spatulas from the kitchen counter was thrown onto the floor. So I don't know, maybe the ghosts just want to get in on the act as well. Maybe they want to be YouTubers, and why not? They're very welcome. Oh, Krishna from Gurkha Mahal as well is here. Only all of my Nepali family are here. This is lovely. Oh, brilliant. Namaskar to you all. My goodness me. Well, this is putting a whole new swing on things. So everybody, please welcome my Nepali family. And to all of you, all of the bootubers, living the £500 toast rack challenge. Oh well, this is nice. What a multicultural live stream. I should throw in some words of Nepali to make them welcome, except that I don't know many, and they're all food related. So perhaps that wouldn't be all that welcoming after all. I can say thank you. I can say thank you in Nepali, but it's a word that nobody uses. It's like a formal way of saying thank you. It's dhanyabad. But that's a very formal thank you, and they wouldn't actually say that. They just say thanks. So there we are. Let's have a look. Oh, you all watching it together? Oh my God! On a Monday night, you've got nothing better to do. Are you all at your house, Divas? Are you all Shay Gopi? Oh, fabulous. I wish I was there. I bet there's some nice food knocking about, and a few bottles of JD will be open. What food have you got? Are there any Momo on the go? Or is it... well, it's Monday, isn't it? So it won't be dal and rice. You'll have the good stuff on a Monday, especially if you've got guests around. There'll be drumsticks. Any drumsticks? Bit of salmon, maybe? Hello, Boaties workfolk. Momo are great. They absolutely certainly are. Multicultural indeed. I'm from Newcastle. Yes, and even Newark. No JD or Momo. Oh my God. Just a bottle of red. Well. The night is young. Yeah, hope it's to keep me in order. I'm going to have to behave myself now, aren't I? So, if any of you guys have never tried Nepali food, believe me, you need to. So, if you're anywhere within striking distance of me, get your bums along to Kathmandu, Gurkha. And we are two restaurants, one in Clay Cross in Derbyshire, the other in Ripley. And I'm normally in Ripley, so if you want to see me, come along to Ripley and you won't regret it. But if you're elsewhere in the country, there are Nepali communities, quite big ones in some areas, dotted all around the UK. So let me know exactly where you are, and I will find out where your nearest restaurant is. And do yourself a favour and try it. And if you want some advice on what to go for, well, I'll help you out with the starter. Start with the momo. It's one of the national dishes of Nepal, and once you've momoed, there's no going back. They are amongst the most fabulous things that you could put into your mouth. And over the years, I've put some nice things into my mouth, many of them belonging to women, and momo are better than the lot of them. Momo reminds me of steering wheels. Oh, is is this YouTube broadcast sponsored? Well, it is now, yeah. This live stream is sponsored by Kathmandu Gurkha Restaurants. Oh, Stephen S. Paul is with us, all the way from the United States of America. So welcome, Stephen. Cardiff is likely to have a restaurant or two. Yeah, I know there isn't there's definitely Nepali community in and around Cardiff. There's actually I didn't know this, but somewhere probably not far from you, Tracy. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. Somewhere up the valley from Newport Way. There's actually a kind of retreat mosque set in the middle of amazing woodland, and I looked at the website and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'd love to go there. A Momo steering wheel is what Boaty has after he gets in his car from lunch with mustard. I used to have a Momo steering wheel, a leather one, in my in Black Betty, which was a UNOS V-Spec lightweight. Yeah. There's a Nepali restaurant in Benidorm. Good God, is there? If you are living, oh, that's it, get the bloody advert in. If you are living near Castle Donington, please don't forget to visit the Nepalese restaurant Gurkha Mahal. Yeah, absolutely seconded. Fabulous restaurant, lovely people. I believe they I believe they have new front of house in place. But yeah, check out, if you're anywhere, if you're nearer to Castle Donington than us, do check out Gurkha Mahal. Check out their reviews on TripAdvisor and all over social media. Absolutely fantastic, lovely restaurant, amazing food, and the nicest people that you would ever meet. Apart from us, obviously. Well, actually, they are just as nice as us, and they are they're related as well. So. Oh dear me. Yeah, I did have a UNOS for a long time. Well, it kind of wasn't mine, but it kind of was. I bought it as a Valentine's Day present for my then wife. And I bought a UNOS because she preferred an automatic, and obviously you couldn't get an automatic MX-5. And she liked the little touches of luxury that you got with the import. So it was full leather, it had electric windows, it had air conditioning, none of which I believe were available on a Mark 1 MX-5. And I think now after the divorce, in a fit of pique, she decided she didn't want it anymore. And made me take it back sometime after the divorce. But then she changed her mind, took it back, and I think had Betty restored. And as far as I'm aware, she's still got it. So Betty lives on. But I loved that car. Had a lot of fun in it. We drove right across France on a road trip holiday in that. Absolutely fabulous. And I'd actually love another one. I miss other styles of food are available, says KKC. Boaty recommends noodles. That is a comment on last Monday's lunch, which was pretty much the worst food that I've ever eaten from a chain called Oodles. This was from the Rochdale brand. I do recommend noodles, but I recommend the ones that I cook. I wouldn't go anywhere near that place. I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. It was expensive and it was utterly inedible. And if you don't believe me, there's a video out there where you can see myself, Mustard, and Project MGTF literally spitting the food out. That's how bad it was. Let me see. Oh right, okay. I said, oh, right, okay. Other styles of food available. Excuse me, I'm just going for a clear my throat a bit. I'm all coffee and oh dear. I felt like absolute death yesterday, but getting out and about and having a laugh today has done me the world of good. What time have we got? Right, it's 20 to 11. So hopefully at 11 o'clock we'll be joined by a few more of the regulars. And I can find out if I'm supposed to open these now or wait until my birthday. What else was I going to tell you about? I told you about the fun we had today. Oh, hello. What was that? Oh, I don't need to say that. Oodles and noodles. It's definitely not cat, but it could be poodles. Hot Vimto. I'm not drinking a hot Vimto. I draw the line at that. In fact, I'm really getting ready for a nice cold glass of wine. And thank you for reminding me. I need to put it into chill, don't I? As I told you before, the wine fridge, this is the main fridge here. The wine fridge is down here underneath, and it doesn't quite get as chilled as the main fridge does, because it's just a little under counter job. So what I do is a little while before I'm going to open the bottle, I pop it into the little curry freezer, which is on top of the wine fridge. And then what happens is I forget about it and it freezes, except that Simon very helpfully gave me some reminders last Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. But then on Thursday he didn't, and I froze my bloody wine again, didn't I? It was one great big frozen lump. Right, hang on. Let Boaty select you a meal from the restaurant, that'll make you a regular. Gilbert says, what's happening tomorrow? Oh, right, yeah, I mentioned that, didn't I? I may possibly be collecting a car. Haven't heard yet. It's a bit like buses. You wait for ages, and then three come along all at once. So there are some cars floating about, and I'm not sure if any of them will land, but they are kind of floating about. So the lovely Andy, known as Allegro Man, brought a Rover 45 to the yard today for me to look at. And it's a car that we've talked about because one of our community regulars, James Wilson, it was his car. And it passed into Allegro Man's care because it needed a bit of furdling. And it has now been furdled and is for sale. And Allegro Man very kindly gave me first refusal on it. And it's a lovely car that I like very much, but it's a little bit out of my budget, is the problem there. So that's one of the cars that's floating around. Then there's another car that was offered to Mustard, but is actually not that far from me. It's in South Sheffield. And that is, well, it won't surprise you to learn that it's a Rover, and it's a 75 poverty spec, 1.8 non-turbo, and yeah, quite fancy having a go at that. So that's another one. And then the third car is a car that I'm bidding on eBay that finishes tomorrow afternoon. So there are these three cars floating about, and I don't know which, if any of them, are going to land. Yeah, I know, Stephen S. Paul, I know there are always new cars landing there, about 14 a week. I mean, what are you up to now? About 300. Rob from Beers and Bangers is considering selling his BRM. I'd snap that up if I had any money left. Well, he's doing more than considering selling it, isn't he? He's put it up for sale. I saw it on a group a couple of days ago, and I think he wants I think he wants 5.5. I think he wants 5.5 for it. But I mean, what a lovely car, and he's just had a load of work done to it, and that amazing interior. And they are so super rare at the moment. Hooked on Classics says, who is the young American lady in your intro? Well, she's not actually American. I thought that she was. I didn't know who she was, Simone. And one of my friends said, did you know that somebody has taken a bit of your video and is using it? And I said no. And they gave me the link, and I watched the video, and sure enough, there was me talking in it. And I thought, well, that's a bit bloody cheeky, isn't it? And I didn't know who the person was. But when I looked at their YouTube channel, they had more than 1 million subscribers. And that's, oh, hello, Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. The lovely Joseph is with us and says, hi folks. And didn't I just cut my hair? You're not the only one who can do it, sir. Look at that, it's all gone, and all the better for it. What was I talking about? I've forgotten what I was talking about. Somebody tell me what I was talking about. See, I'm poorly. The old mind is going. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I was answering Simone's question, wasn't I? So yeah, so this lady had more than 1 million subscribers on her YouTube channel. And I still didn't know who she was. Well, I knew the name of the YouTube channel and I knew her name, but I'd never heard of her. So what I did, I thought, well, two can bloody play at that game. If you're going to steal my content, I'll damn well steal yours. And if you've got 1 million subscribers, and I put your content in my video, and tag you in it, I might be able to nick some of your subscribers. This was before I was monetized or anything like that, and I was desperately scratching about for subscribers. So, in the twinkling of an eye, I did it in about 12 minutes flat, Simone. I made a piss take video, and if you want to search for it, the video title is Charlotte Dobre applies for the job as my co-presenter, or something like that. Because at the time, Mustard and I were, and we're still talking about it, we would love to get a female co-presenter. Partly to add a different dynamic, partly to keep us in check, partly to attract a slightly different audience demographic. I've got a couple of you lovely ladies, but Mustard has virtually no ladies at all. And so yeah, partly to do that, and also because women on YouTube attract a lot more traffic than men do. They just do. So for all of those reasons, we would love a female co-presenter. And we made a few videos on our joint channel, Mustard and Where to Do Cars, that will be rebranded when I get around to doing it. And we did a few videos about that, talking about it, joking about it. So this so this 1 million subscriber lady who nicked a bit of my content, I thought, so I did a video, put it together really quickly, making out that she had applied for the job as the co-presenter, and using a bit of that content, and rammed it all together. And while I was doing that, I thought, when I next make an intro, I'll put her into it, because she's famous. And so, oh, Simone's found her. She has 1.2 million subs. Yeah, yeah. And I didn't get as many of those as I would have liked. So yeah, so I just nicked some of her content, made a video, and put her into my intro. And she is some sort of Canadian comedy actress who also obviously does stuff on YouTube. Yeah, I made the video, tagged her in it. Got a load of hate because I didn't realise she was Canadian. I thought she was American at that point, and I may have made some slightly disparaging remarks. And only in jest. I've lived in America, and you know the Americans are lovely people. But I made a bit of a tongue-in-cheek video, and some people gave me a bit of hate for it. The funniest thing was, some people took it seriously, and some people who didn't know me from Adam, they're fans of hers, started looking at my videos and leaving comments saying, oh wow, you two together, you'll be amazing, you'll be brilliant together. They were taking it bloody seriously. And I should make absolutely clear that I have never heard hide nor hair from the nice lady herself. But yeah, do check out the video. Charlotte Dobre applies to be my co-presenter, because bear in mind I did that from conception to filming in like 12 minutes flat. I think it's actually rather good and rather funny. But that's who she is, and she will live on in perpetuity in my intro. Because I don't know her, she doesn't know me, but she's a very famous person talking about me. Why wouldn't I put that in my intro? It makes me look more windswept and interesting, and as if I hang out with celebrity mates, which I kind of do. I hang out with Mustard, and he's a celebrity now, isn't he? Mustard the Muff Magnet. Let me see. Let's catch up with some comments. Lovely to have you with us, Joseph. Joseph has been going through some automotive woes. I have been keeping up with your posts on Facebook, mate, and his Jeep that he's shared with us on the Facebook group, Boat His World. Do join it if you haven't already. His Jeep had been into the shop for some work and had the work done, which kind of, exceeded the budget he'd set aside for that. And then, sod's law, the way these things happen, it sounds like his starter motor has gone, which is a pain in the bum, and it means that he can't work because he relies on the car for work. So all of our sympathies are with you there, Joseph. If you lived a bit closer, mate, I would gladly lend you one of mine to at least get you out and about. But I think I read one of your most recent Facebook posts, and it looks as if hopefully you're on the way to getting that fixed. So yeah, we're all keeping our fingers crossed for you. Let me see. Diddly-do. Right, I've done that one. I want something manual and rear wheel drive for a change this summer, says Black Lines. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit of rear wheel drive fun. I've been half looking at Fs and TFs, but they scare me a bit. There's so many things that can be issues with them. But I quite fancy one of those. What did they pinch and why? I've got no idea. What's that relating to? No, pass. I saw the video on the BRM, says KKC. Looks nice. When I sent back my MGF in '97, I nearly bought a 200 VI instead. Wish I had that now. Now, Here's a little known fact that I only just found out, and a lot of you won't know. The lovely chap, Pingu Concord, who supplied the caravan for, very kindly procured the caravan for Mustard and I, he also procured the VI for Furious Driving, Matt, and the Primera for Mr. Hubner, one of which turned out to be more successful than the other. Gilbert says you will love the Vermilion Allegro that Allegro and rear wheel drive autos, fun in the wet. Female co-presenter Holly Willoughby should help. We should be so bloody lucky. I thought you also said, says Bad Books, partly for pottering. That was tongue-in-cheek. That was tongue-in-cheek. We may have done a couple of videos where we may have mentioned the notion of potentially pottering a co-presenter, but that was just a tongue-in-cheek joke. Mustard is a very happily married man, and I'm a very unattractive old man. Even if we were to get a female co-presenter, the chances of her being sad or desperate enough to even think about considering pottering either of us, well, I mean, the chances are pretty bloody slim. He's married, I'm way past my sell-by date. First car was an first car. Put Mustard in a dress. Oh God. Oh. Wait until you see the videos from today. You can tell Mustard was back on form. Some of the stuff that he's been coming out with today has actually been really concerning. There were times when I actually felt somewhat at risk in that caravan with the closed door, trapped in by a table that's too large for a two-berth caravan. He started talking about some. You'll see what I mean when the video comes out. Dear oh dear. Once a female co-presenter talks about pottering them, it's just a joke, Simon. It's not seriously going to be a requirement of the position. Pottering is an optional perk of the job. Right. Look, if anybody was actually going to consider this at any point, they might watch these bloody things. So let me make it perfectly clear that this is why we need a female co-presenter, because we're blokes, and left to our own devices, we will broadcast inappropriate content, and we need a lady to keep us in check, to keep the proprieties in place. Otherwise, it all goes to pot. There are so many channels out there with hundreds of thousands of subs, and they seemingly put zero effort into anything. Yeah, and I'm hoping to be one of them, Simon. I pride myself on putting zero effort into this, and I'm hoping to have hundreds and thousands of subs. So if they can do it, why can't I? I did think you'd been a guest on her stream somehow. Very well edited, Mr. Boaty. Thank you. Simone says, is she WAP in your opinion, Boaty? What? Who? Charlotte Dobre? Well, she's obviously not an OP WAP because she's young, but right. So you're actually asking me, would I do Charlotte Dobre? Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, why wouldn't you? Yeah, funny, talented, rich, nice eyes, looks good in a bikini. I mean, you know, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? And there is tonight's first feature. Who wouldn't do Charlotte Dobre? There aren't going to be many of you, are there? I think a more pertinent question, Simone of Hooked on Classics, another of our community's channels. Check them out. Like, subscribe, and watch the adverts. Leave that bloody knob alone. Yeah, I think the more pertinent question is, would she do me? And the answer would be a resounding no, because I'm not a WAP or an OPWAP. I'm just a knackered old boaty who's got nothing better to do than to hang around on the internet, annoying you lovely people who frankly deserve much better. Where did I get to? Where did I get to? You can't say mustard without saying MMM, quite right. There'll be no cars left at PNHQ at this rate. Well, the 75 has turned up, and there might be another one there in the next couple of days. Watch this space. Like I say, there are cars whirling round. One of them, I can confidently predict is going to land. I'm just not sure which one. Because funds are an issue. Funds will come into play. It depends what the one goes for on eBay. It depends how many quids I can scrape together to potentially throw at Allegro Man. And it depends if this one in Sheffield actually becomes a realistic proposition. But yeah, need to do something, because need some content for the channel, man. And new cars are content, aren't they? Oh, I've got a bit of something in my mouth there. Oh, it's wine o'clock. It's wine o'clock, my lovelies. Do excuse me while I tend to the doings. It is 11 o'clock. It is wine o'clock. Lovely. What an exciting moment of the live stream. We've been going an hour. Talk amongst yourselves. I am still here. I'm just pouring some wine. I'm just pouring some wine. And wine will make everything good. I had a much better lunch today, you'll be pleased to know. We went back to the Milkstone Road. Oh, and Simon, I gave you a credit on the video, but I'll give you another credit now. We played my game today on the way to lunch, but we used your name for it. You called it pottering en route, and we've used that, but we're talking about adding an additional P to make it perp, because that's a better acronym than just per. But we did play the game, and we did go to the Milkstone Road, and we did avoid oodles like the plague, and we went to Istanbul, and I had the kebab, but I didn't have it in a naan bread because that always makes it a bit too much. I had it in a pitta today, and managed to eat all of it, so that was all good, and it was 50p saved. So that can go in the car pot. I've got a car pot. Mustard was very good. He had chickpea curry with chapatis, which actually looked perfectly decent and came with some nice salad and sauce and stuff as well. So yeah, lunch was very good. Cheers everybody, your very good health. To everybody who is still here with me, cheers, bottoms up. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's better. Right, where did I get to? Female co-presenter, Dame Edna Everidge. How funny would that be? I love Dame Edna. Barry Humphries is just a genius. And I also love Sir Les Patterson. He used to make me absolutely howl. I would love Dame Edna Everage. God almighty, we'd get some views then, wouldn't we? Oh, really? Oh, no, don't be talking about that. Right. Oh, Joseph, glad things are turning out okay. And yeah, people can be very kind. And yeah, it's lovely that they've bunged you a couple of bucks. And let's hope the car gets sorted soon and you can get back to work. And I can live my American life vicariously through you by watching your videos. I like the ones where you're just on the road, delivering and chatting. I like those very much. Right, don't be. Can we have a bit of less talk about tongues in cheeks and mustards and long hairs and dark and romantic in the caravan? He was saying some really dodgy things today. I actually, oh dear me, I was feeling more than a bit squirmy. And you know, he's worried about spending a night in a caravan with a drunken priest. Well, I'm getting bloody worried about spending a night in a caravan with him. Things that he was talking about today. Oh, Lord above. Wine freezer. Well, I really am well past, mate. Female co-presenter and OPWAP. Camilla, as in the Queen Consort. Not entirely sure that she would be up for either OPWAPing or co-presenting our pokey little YouTube channel. Although, if I've got any strings left to pull, I should pull a string and try and get one of my old celebrity mates to come on and do something. If they even remember who the hell I am, they've probably forgotten me, glad to forget me, and don't want to be reminded of me. But it would be quite cool, even if I could just get Win to record an intro. That would be fabulous. I must ask him. I'll tell him it's for charity. He does things for charity. He's ever such a nice man, is Win. Oh, Trace is with us. Good evening, Trace. And she says, "Arg, who is this bald imposter?" It's me. I've just had my annual head shearing. You weren't around when I explained it, but my hair routine is perfectly simple. Once a year, on Bernard's birthday, 7th of January, I shave my head. And then I do nothing with it apart from wash it and brush it until the 7th of January the following year. And that is my hair routine. This year, Trace, because I'm doing this YouTube thing, I haven't shaved it completely bald as I normally do. I normally do the full Yule Brynner. I went to a professional barber and paid a goodly sum for the barber to clip me using the official barber clippers and so on. So yeah, it grows back. Don't worry about it. Don't freeze your wines. Thank you. What position is the co-presenter applying for? YoWAP, new feature. Go on, what's YoWAP? Fill me in on that one. White wine slushy? Yes, I would. Me? I wouldn't. Simon? Bollocks. Apologies for the language, but hairy bollocks. You seriously telling... We're talking about Charlotte Dobre, and Simon is trying to tell me and tell you that he wouldn't. And I call you out live. I call you out. That is a fib. Why wouldn't you? Give me one good reason. Otherwise, I'm calling that a big fat fib. Blackline says she wouldn't do me. Well, that is absolutely true. Don't feel bad, she wouldn't do me either. Mustard would do Charlotte if she was 20 stone. KKC, she will be old and desperate like the rest of us soon enough. Yeah, but I think she's got a bit of catching up to do, mate. I think she's like, well, I don't know how old she is, but I think we've got a decade or three on her. Oh, Max is with us. Hey, Max, good evening. Cheers. We started earlier tonight, mate. We started at 10. I should have put a notice out there. I'm horrendously disorganised, but welcome. Lovely to see you. She'd have to fight my wife and she'd lose terribly, I can assure you. I definitely watched though. Simon says, new cars are expensive new content. Well, you'd know, mate, wouldn't you? You would know. But I got really good views on my last drive in Henrietta Pie. But seriously, I mean, without new stuff coming along, I can't tinker. So what the hell else can I do? I get hello. Somebody's added a picture in the Facebook group, and I'm on YouTube, so I can't see what it is. But Gilbert has added a picture in the Facebook group. Somebody have a look and tell me what it is, because I'm curious. I'm a curious person. Where did I get to? Oh, yeah. So what else am I going to do? You put the Monday stuff up there, but I can't tinker. So I can't do interesting content like you do and Mustard does about tinkering and making cars better. And I can't do what Rob does and take my car into a garage where they tinker with it and make it better because I'm too poor. So what content is there? Mustard keeps suggesting that I live stream myself sleeping at night. That's obviously how desperate I apparently am getting. So without something changing, how many times can I film driving to work and get away with it? How many times can I film driving to the yard and getting away with it? How many more Mustard and Boaty do lunches can we get away with? Although he did ring the changes in this one. Jesus Christ. Oh God, there's something about that caravan that brings out some disturbing elements of Mustard that are really quite concerning. He was talking about no, I don't even want to talk about it. You'll see soon enough. I could film my toast rack, I suppose. I could do that. But anyway, new cars don't need to be expensive content, Simon. What I mean is that the cars should change a bit more often. Like Hubnut does. You sell one, you buy one. You sell one, you buy one. And that, because all of my best views, most viewed content is going to pick up cars, or dropping cars off after selling them. Well, when it's sold one. So clearly that's what I need to do more of. So the static fleet does little good. I think people just get bored of it. Whereas if I'm swapping and changing them and there's new stuff in, so that's kind of the plan, to maybe swap and change a few. And that needn't actually cost any money with a bit of luck and a following wind. So for example, I sold Miss Henrietta Pie, as you know. I bought some gas, I bought some wine. I've got a little bit of that money left, only a little bit, and that should really be spent on something else that I probably owe and I'm trying to ignore. But why not try and buy a little cheapie with it and do something with it? So that's kind of the idea. Where did I get to? TP is asking me, why can't I drink wine before 11? Because I would get too drunk too early, and then because it wasn't time to go to bed, I would carry on drinking, and I would drink too much, and then I would ask women on the internet to marry me, or via text message or stuff like that. I know it's silly, it's just the kind of thing that I do. If you give me too much booze, I will do inadvisable things via phone, text, or on the interweb. And I used to have a rule: anything after midnight doesn't count, but not everybody understands that rule. So it's easier not to start drinking too early, and that way I will be sure that I get tired before I get drunk. And that is my way of controlling my wine-fueled lunacies. And if I started drinking at 10 o'clock willy-nilly, I'd be lashed by midnight. I wouldn't be ready to go to bed until about 1:30 or 2 o'clock or something around there. And that would allow too large a window for inappropriate behaviour. So that's why. Can I hear the ghost singing? No, that was me. Blankety toast rack. Are we still doing that? All cars are expensive. My MOT is due next week. And that's on the. It's rather a nice streetwise that underscore has. Talking about the slippery slope. Soon it will become 10 p.m. and then before you know it, Weetabix and Jack Daniels. Isn't yeah, I hate MOT time too. Cheggers Place toast rack. Is it just me, or does that sound like a euphemism? Anything with Cheggers, since the whole nudity thing, is a potential Dubrifirkin doings. What's the word? Euphemism. That's the one. That's the chap. Remember Kenny Everett? Of course I remember Kenny Everett. We all remember Kenny Everett, don't we? What I would like to catch up with was, he did a radio show that was repeated on something or other when I was separated and spending 2 years in the Naughty Cottage in Wales. And I'd never heard that radio show before, and it was brilliant. It was even better than his TV stuff. It was absolute. Anybody know what it was called? I can't remember. There was an ongoing space like sitcom type thing that went on in it, and I think that went on to the TV as well. But on the radio, it was so much better. So yes, I do remember Kenny Everett. Just hatched a bottle of old speckled hen, has John Maruzzi. Johnny Ball reveals toast rack, which also sounds like a rather disturbing euphemism. I remember Billy Connolly with Kenny Everett, both dressed in drag. I remember that. The pair of them with beards. God, that was funny. Oh, Joseph is off to eat dinner. Just wanted to say hello to me and you guys. Stay well, see you soon. So you've probably already gone, Joseph, but if not, bon appetit, enjoy your dinner, take care, we'll catch you soon. Simon says, and you can imagine in a slightly annoyed tone, oh, so it's okay for you both to talk about renting out my bum, but you can't be in a caravan with Mr. Mustard. Well, you have a point, Simon. You do have a point. But I think Mustard's going rogue. Maybe it was that's turned him over. He's entertaining some quite disturbing thoughts. and okay, you were in a car with him, but there was a witness. There was different. I was there. I would have protected you, ish. But I was on my own. I was on my own in a locked caravan with mustard and the kebab. You know, I mean, who knows what could have happened. Oh, female co-presenter Lily Savage. That would be up there on my dream. My dream co-presenters would be Lily Savage. I absolutely love Paul O'Grady. I've read his books and everything. that would be a dream come true. I can see it now. Mustard and Boaty in the outside loo with Win singing "Go Compare." Yeah, something along those lines. He wouldn't be allowed to sing "Go Compare," obviously, because that's completely owned by them, and he's probably not even allowed to sing the same tune. But he is an opera singer. He can hit a high C, so he could sing something, and his voice is quite distinctive. Okay, Yo WAP is young. Yo WAP is young, so a Yo WAP is young and worth a podgering. So, is Charlotte Dobre a Yo WAP? I would say absolutely yes. Oh, okay. Simon says no, he's adamant that he would not do Charlotte Dobre. Not my kind at all. Face equals reason 1, voice equals reason 2. Right, okay. Well, each to their own, I suppose. Each to their own. There's nothing wrong with her face. She's got a very nice face. Well, I'll tell you what then, Simon. I'll have your go. Double portion for me. Thank you very much. All right, I will accept that from you. I will accept that your no is a genuine no. I mean, I think you're mad, but I will accept that your no is genuine. Let me see. Was he? Oh, right, okay. Why not film the ghosts? Well, because you can't see them. You can only see what they do, and you can hear them. But I've never actually seen anything. You can see stuff happening, you can see things moving, you can see doors opening, drawers opening, doors opening, you name it, and you can hear things, but I've never actually seen anything, and I don't think anybody else has either. When it's summer again, do some detailing videos. You don't have to be good at doing anything. Oh, Barbed, look at Hubner. Harsh but fair, probably. Yeah, I probably will do, because I am getting into the old detailing a bit more. I got a £20 Halfords voucher, and I'm going to spend that on some Auto Glim goodness. Which reminds me, I meant to order that and I didn't. New content, get yourself an allotment, too much like hard work. I found your channel. Why did I just move then? Oh, it's because other people are doing. I found your channel when you went on the train to pick up the Rover 25 unseen. There you are, you see. Those are the ones that people look at. Yeah, that got, by my standards, that got quite decent views. I think it was called A Taxi, a Train and Two Trams. I go to pick up a Rover 25 or something. It didn't get as good a views as picking up Miss Henrietta Pye, or at least it hasn't yet. That's a gift that keeps on giving. Massive views by my standards, small by other people's, but Henrietta Pye, she's up to 2,800 views now, which is bloody good going. And yeah, it's just that new content with the, I guess it's the jeopardy of picking up something new. Will it be any good? Will it break down? It's something new for people to look at. It's a great way of getting people hooked in and getting views. So I do need to do that. Perhaps sell HJ Rover as not getting used. HJ Rover is supposed to be my daily, and I think is probably unsaleable. So the plan is to get HJ sorted, back on the road, and he will carry on being my daily. He needs an MOT, he needs midsection exhaust, and whatever else the MOT test throws up. So I should do that. Was a very good, interesting video, says Black Lines, talking about the collecting the Rover 25. Thank you. Yeah, I liked that one. I thought that was a good one. the whole, you see, it's the whole collection thing. It's they work well as videos because there's so much in there. There's the excitement of getting a new toy. The excuse me, frog in the throat. There's the movement, there's the travel aspect. It's different, it's something different, it's something happening, it's movement, it's activity. Then the excitement of the new car, the introduction, the finding out about it, finding out will it get you home, blah, blah, blah. So they work on so many levels. So yeah, I need to try and find a way to do more of them. Do the new Rovers have to be silver? Yes and no is the answer to that. Now, talking about the three cars that are up in the air. Now, one of them, if it came, would be a long-term keeper, and that's Allegro Man's 45. If I was able to buy that, it would become a permanent member of the fleet. I would plan to never sell it, and it would be one of my nice show cars, because it's a lovely car, absolutely lovely car. And that one is silver, and yes, any permanent member of the fleet would need to be silver. The one I'm bidding on eBay is also silver, and if that one came, it might be a permanent member of the fleet, but I wouldn't know until I'd driven it and used it a bit. If it stayed, it would be to replace Stigberg von Thundercock, who would then be sold. Otherwise, it would be used for a bit and sold on, hopefully for a little bit of profit, assuming that it turns out to be an okay car. That's the eBay gamble, isn't it? The eBay auction gamble. You might get the car a bit under true value, but you take the gamble of it being a reasonable car or a complete load of crap. And if it turns out to be a reasonable car and you can make a little bit of profit on it, that's your reward for your gamble. So that one is also silver, because it could be a fleet member. The other 75 is not silver. It's what most people would consider to be a much better colour. And I can't remember what the colour is called, but it's like a light metallic green. But if that car came, that would purely be a flip car. It's a car that would be bought, fettled, MOT'd and sold in fairly short order. So that is definitely not silver. Where did I get to? Are we allowed to know if Sheeson is on the road again? Well, Simon, guess. Just have a little guess if Sheeson is on the road again. I'll put you out your misery. No, of course not. Absolutely sod all has been done with Sheeson since last Monday. Not a sausage. Mustard has promised, and I will put this on record, he has promised that he's going to order the brake pads and get cracking on it this week. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because he's got the 75 to play with, and that's got his own money in it. So I think he'll prioritise that, and poor old Sheeson, who is now in month six of their sojourn at the yard. For those who don't know, Sheeson is a card of mine that I took into Mustard in August to have a new brake caliper fitted so that it could pass an MOT, because the brake caliper was seized and the handbrake wasn't working. One of you lovely viewers was kind enough to donate the caliper that I needed, so all it needed doing was popping on. That was 6 months ago now. It hasn't been popped on. Nothing has happened. The car has just sat there. I've given money to try and help encourage this process. And it still hasn't happened 6 months down the line. But he has promised that he's going to do it this week. Will he? I don't know. We will see. But I very much suspect not. But perhaps I'll be pleasantly surprised. We live in hope and die in despair. Have you ever bought a car off eBay well leathered? Yeah, all of them. Have I? No. No, I don't do drunk eBay. No, I don't. In fact, I try not to touch the internet at all when I'm when I've had a drink because it's not safe for a variety of reasons. So no. Hidden comment. This will be filth. Imagine the shit I do drunk with the daft comments I make when I'm on here sober. That's underscore, and we can imagine. Sarah Parsons. If I'm behind getting to your comment, it's because I'm always working in arrears. Sarah Parsons, who is our new friend here on YouTube and is a member of my lovely singles community. Check out UK Singles Community, website www.uksinglesnetwork.com. You will find links there to all of the various things. Only check it out if you're single. If you're not single, we're not for you. It's only for us single folk. Anyway, the lovely Sarah has migrated from my singles Facebook community here into our little YouTube community where she is enormously welcome. And she asks, are we still having a toast rack competition? Absolutely. All of this year, 2023, Sarah, we're going to be spreading the toast rack love. So, if you already have a toast rack, great, but look out for a novelty one. You're not allowed to spend big money on toast racks. That's not part of the competition. You have to buy, they have to be second hand. So you can buy them from wherever, charity shop, eBay, but they do have to be second hand and they do have to be cheap. And the competition is to see who can find the funniest or the cutest or the most endearing. Again, for reference, I will show you my chap, which I put no effort into at all. Matt found this and gifted it to me. And I would like your footage, please. Your photos and your videos, PM them to me so I can use them, lift them and use them. I'd like your photos and video footage of you unwrapping or using your toast racks so that I can make some videos with them. And we will then be sharing the toast racks around the community, so those who are toast rackless will be toast racked up with the rest of us. And that process has already begun, as I mentioned earlier, because some genius sent Mustard a lovely cow's toast rack that he has now been shaved into using after he quite frankly poo-pooed our toast racking activities, but he will now be one of us. He tried to palm it off on the caravan, and I said, oh no, we've already got the caravan sorted, thank you very much. So it's going to have to go home with him where it will be deployed, and we'll nag him to show and prove deployment of the toast rack. Oh dear, Captain Kremen, that was it. The Kenny Everett radio show, could have been. Lurpak A380 is with us. This is who I needed to speak to. Good evening, Lurpak A380. Now, we started earlier tonight. We started at 10, so you will have missed this bit. But so I now understand it was you who is responsible for these. And I asked at the beginning of the video, I said, whoever sent these, let me know if I'm supposed to open them now or wait until my birthday. And as it was you who was kind enough to send them, let me know. Do you want me to wait until my birthday or open them now? Oh, Simon is just explaining that same thing. You could do live Boaty Learns Tinkering and we could give you live advice and have a good laugh at the same time. Yeah, why not? Why not? That would... Who said that? Bad Books. That is actually a really good idea, Bad Books. Mustard kind of had the same idea of him trying to teach me stuff, but it would be even funnier on a live stream. So, okay, right, okay. Having a little thought about that. I've got an issue with Sir Arnold, number plate bulbs not working. So, we could do a live stream on them and you can try and, using me as your conduit for your ingenuity, experience and knowledge, you using me, try and get those number plate lights working. We could do that, except it's a bit cold to be out there arsing about. Maybe when the weather gets a bit better, but don't forget that, because that's a brilliant idea and we should do that. Hi handsome, how you doing? Well, that can't be aimed at me. Pauline Calf would be a good co-presenter. I've got no idea who that is. Young and Worth of Podger still needs work. Oh God, yeah. Sounds like we keep jelly babies in our glove boxes. Ah, yeah, good point. Boaty, if you dyed your barnet blonde, you could go on Stars in Your Eyes as Slim Shady. I've already been on Stars in Their Eyes, and I went on with a Spanish lady called Vanda, and we went on as Neil Diamond and Barbara Streisand. Anthea Turner can't be far off Hope WAP and will do anything for publicity. Good show. Captain Mustard is with us. Sorry I'm late. Well, you were only an hour and 40 minutes late, Captain. Bloody hell, where have you been? Playing with your toast rack? Explain yourself, boy. Have you got a good excuse? I think it's looking like detention for Mustard Jr. This message is held to review because it's filth. Great Fleet update. I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch that. I'll watch it after this. Right, so at this point in the comments, we're all saying hello to Mustard. Stephen Collishaw is with us. What's happened to your buns? Again, I'll explain. Once a year, I shave my head. It's on Bernard's birthday, 7th of January. I shave my head, and that's it then until the next year. This year, because YouTube, I didn't completely shave it. I had it clipped by a professional barber. So you haven't got to look at my shiny buns. Normally, at this stage, I would be as bald as a coot. Oh, a bit lonely. Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, as Simon says, you're in the right place. You're amongst friends here. In fact, my slogan for my singles network is, you may be single, but you need never be alone. And that kind of applies to, well, not so much the single bit, but it applies to our YouTube community as well. You know, you might be lonely for whatever reason, but you need never be alone. There's always going to be somebody here with a video or a live stream, or the Facebook group, Boaty's World. Search on Facebook. Join now. It's amazing. Busting idea, as Mustard is keeping Transit Face, you both collect cars for folk for money and film collection trips. I did kind of start suggesting something half of that nature today, actually. I did, yeah. I have considered kind of going down that route a bit. At least one day a week, anyway. The rest of the week he'd be on his own. Who fancies some green laning? I guess that's supposed to be green laning. Who fancies some green laning in a streetwise if the MOT doesn't go well? Oh, he did correct himself. Green laning. Oh, the MOT will be fine. Look, you're part of a community, and amongst our community, we have people who can fix things. We'll get you sorted one way or the other. Don't you worry about it. You need that car. Hooked on Classics, Simone asks, Boaty, which is your least used car and why? Well, Simone, my least used car is also my favourite car, and it's the Honourable Sheeson, my 2002 Rover 25 1.6 IXL CVT. And the reason that is my least used car is because for the past 6 months it has sat in Captain Mustard's yard waiting for a brake caliper to be replaced so it can have an MOT and I can start using it again. So that is my least used car and why. So you frightened our Boaty in the caravan and still haven't fixed poor Sheeson. Rude. When is the Mustard and Boaty Do Cars update video going live? My brain is must waiting. Has he still not done it? Bloody hell. Oh, and I said I'd do it, didn't I? And I completely forgot, so I'm just as bad. Right, I promise you, when this video is finished, I will press the button so that will go live. And we're going to be rebranding the channel, and I will get that done soon. Give me a time limit. Give me a week. I will have the channel rebrand done, and with all of the associated social media and stuff. That will all be done before next Monday. Promise. Scouts on it. Boaty does a live oil change for the drama. No, I can't do a live oil change. That means getting underneath the car, doesn't it, to drain the oil? I can't do that. I can't get underneath the car. I'd die. It would fall on me. I haven't got any jacks. I haven't got a, what's it, jack? An up and downy pressy what's it. And even if I had one, I wouldn't know where to put it. You'd have, I haven't got a flat, oh dear. Oh bloody hell, I think you're being a bit ambitious for me there. I think we need to start with something a little bit more simple, like cleaning a seatbelt or changing a side indicator bulb. I couldn't change oil. Bloody hell. I mean, fit the caliper yourself with Mustard advising. Good content. I'm not quite sure how good a content that will be, but you know what? If it hasn't been done by next Monday, I might just do exactly that. I'll get a YouTube video or so. How difficult can it be to change a brake caliper? Somebody tell me. Apparently it's more difficult because it's a back brake caliper. And Sheeson, normally a 25 would have a drum brake on the back. Look at me talking about drum brakes as if I know what I'm talking about. I don't. But Sheeson, being the poshest model, has disc brakes on the back. And apparently there's something about it being the back brake that makes fitting the caliper more difficult. I don't know, but I'd be tempted to have a bash at it. I mean, I can't make it any worse, can I? So there you go. That'll be next Monday's content. I can barely open a car door. Can you imagine me trying to change a bloody brake caliper? Where did I get to? Oh yes, there. Film it silent in black and white. The single group sent you something which you can open now. Oh really, TP? What did okay. TP, is that this? Is this from the singles group? Is that? Let me know. I'll jump to the end of I'll whiz through the comments and catch up so we can be talking at the same time. Tell me if that's the thing I'm supposed to be opening. Oh, okay. And then Lurpak380 says, just the brown one is from me, Boaty. You can open it now if you want, or wait to birthday. I don't mind. Well, if it's a birthday thing, I should wait until my birthday, shouldn't I? Hooked on Classic says, at me, I'm kerfuffled, owner seeking car. Okay, you've lost me there, Simone. What are you kerfuffled about? I saw the YouTube oil change. Bloke tried to drain it into a carrier bag with obvious results. Livestream Boaty repairs is the best idea that you haven't thought of. Let's do it. Well, you kind of suggested it, Captain, and we kind of, well, it wasn't live though, was it? We kind of filmed it with the exhaust. Now, if anybody's watched the Project Nigel video where I change an exhaust, the reason that that's a video and not a live is so that some bloody clever editing was done so it looked like I changed the exhaust. I didn't. He did it. I can't do that sort of thing. If we do it live, people are gonna, it could be funny. It could actually be funny. Yeah, we should do that. Oh, Kathy Burke. That's just Kathy Burke, don't know why that's. If you shave your head once a year, how often do you shave everything else? Well, I shave my face on a daily basis, and I manscape when I'm kind of shamed into it. It's not something I ever thought that I would ever do, but when I was spending a lot of time in Malta, they started calling me Jason Hairy Pubes, and they threatened to. We were all very drunk in my friend's bar in Ara, and they basically said if I didn't start manscaping, then they were going to tie me to a table or sit on my head or something and shave me themselves. And you can bet they would have taken pictures or filmed it. I didn't fancy that, so I do periodically have a hack about downstairs, but it's not really and I haven't got any kind. Well, we don't want to talk about that, do we? I mean, that's an indelicate subject matter, really, isn't it? Let's just stick with my face, and I shave my face daily and my head once a year. Having to use my old phone to view while I wait for my new Chromebook to arrive. That's my excuse for the spelling errors. Ref bonds change, that's for me filling in. I missed the initial update. Is the rebrand Mustard and Boaty do Sweet FA? No, but it probably should be. Well, I might as well tell you. The rebrand is going to be the Doings of Mustard and Boaty, which is what I already called the playlist that I put all of stuff out on our own channel, and I thought it probably just makes more sense because, as you've pointed out, we might have done a lot of things on those videos, but we didn't do cars much, did we? Whereas we've got a lot of plans for this year for a lot of fun. And if we just have it branded as the Doings of Mustard and Boaty, it means we can pretty much do what we bloody well like. And then we can subdivide it into playlists. So, you know, Mustard and Boaty do caravanning and whatnot. And to save a bit of confusion, what I'm also planning to do is to cross-reference between the joint channel and my channel. So, in terms of the playlists. So, if there's caravan stuff on my channel and caravan stuff on the joint channel, then there'll be a playlist, Mustard and Boaty do caravanning, and that will have content from both channels, so it should be nice and easy to find. But we've got other plans as well. I think we're really going to make the most of this year, and I'm sure that things will change and we'll come up with new ideas and things will just happen organically. But we're going to have a bloody good laugh this year, and we hope that you'll have a good laugh with us, and we hope to meet as many of you as possible, and do collaborative stuff with you, and it's all going to be a lot of fun. Now let's whiz through these comments and catch up. Mustard says, you went under the car for changing your back box. Yeah, I did, but it was a car that you'd jacked up, that you'd put on axle stands that I knew wasn't going to fall on me. I'm not going to trust a car that I put up there not to fall on me. And I haven't got a trolley jack and I haven't got axle stands or anything of that nature. So that's a non-starter. I can do it at your place. A what's it jack? That's a big snack if you need a jack to lift it. Oh, I can donate my spare trolley jack to the Boaty channel. That'd be very kind. I suppose if I'm going to start getting my hands dirty, then that would be one less excuse to do it. I mean, I could do it for change. I'd like to be able to change wheels and stuff, and I think that that's something that I should be capable of. Well, I can change a wheel, but it's difficult to do on the crappy little spindly jacks that you get with your emergency jack in the back, and that's all that I've got. I have taken a car wheel off and I have put a car wheel back on when absolutely necessary, and I'd like to be able to do that more easily, so that I could have I could be posh and have like winter and summer tyres or something like that on at least one of the cars. I'd like one of the cars to have winter tyres for when the snow hits around here, or at least, if not full winter tyres, then all weather tyres or something like that. And I guess a jack would make that easier. One of those dugger things would be nice as well. I bet you can pick those up second hand, can't you? I don't know, what are they actually called? All I know is that Wendy calls them duggers and says you just dugger until things come off or break. Simon says, if you're at the yard on a Saturday or Sunday, I can help. Does Mustard have a piston winder? I don't know, is that a sex aid? I don't know. Mustard, have you got a piston winder? Whatever one of those is. Gilbert asks, is Sheesun a 1.8? No, they are a 1.6. Lurpak A380, yes, it's usually harder at the rear. I think I've just intruded into a conversation midway through there. No idea what that's about. The mind boggles. I'm supposed to be baking pie, says Matt. All I've done so far is weigh the butter and flour. Only started an hour and 45 minutes ago. Yeah, so did I. I don't know, card and small gift, says TP. Mustard will have to get you a Project Nigel work onesie. Simone says, I was referring to your singles website. Very interesting. Sorry. Right, so that was a comment of yours that I misunderstood and now I've forgotten what it was. I am kerfuffled, owner seeking car. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Christ, I completely forgot about that. Right, what Simone is talking about is I own a dating website, and when Mustard and Boaty were allegedly doing cars, one of my plans was to turn the dating website into, because to be honest, nobody was using it. It had kind of done its time, and it was sitting there really doing nothing, and it cost a lot of money. And I thought, well, it's a shame it's just sitting doing nothing. So we had this mad idea of creating a new car advertising service where we actually used a dating website. And instead of having single people looking for dates, you'd have car owners looking for cars and cars looking for new owners. And you'd use all of the same tools that the dating website uses to match up single people, we would use them to match up cars and car owners. And the idea being that people would pay a small fee to use the site. And I completely forgot that I started converting the dating website into that. And that's obviously what Simone has just looked at. So, and I completely forgot about that. I should have either carried on and done it, or put it back to normal as a dating website, or done something else with it, and I must do that. So sorry for the confusion, Simone. Hope that explains why you saw that. Ignore that aspect of the network. Just look at the community stuff. Where do I get to? Boaty's downstairs hairdressing killed the conversation. So don't freeze your wine. It's okay for the moment. Boaty's lady garden could be a what? No, my lady garden. Well, it's not a lady garden for a start, and it's not a feature for a second. Impact driver. Thank you. That's what you call a dugger. Deal is, I give you trolley jack and axle stands, and you promise to do a live oil change. Sorted. Could I do a live oil change? Mustard, am I capable of doing a live oil change? Bugger it. As long as I can wait until it's a little bit warmer, I'll do it. I will do it. I will do a live oil change. But you've all got to help me. You can't leave me on my own. I'm not safe to be left on my own. Okay, Bad Books, you've got a deal. Apparently Mustard doesn't have a whatever it was, a wind-up thing. He uses a more primitive method. Ugga Dugga equals impact driver. Always torque your wheels by hand. How do you talk to something with a hand? Oh, you mean like sign language? Why would I use sign language to a wheel? And what do I say to it? Hello, wheel. No, I don't know. Sell your car and get serviced. Great idea. Hooked on Classics is off to watch a classic Norman Wisdom movie. So enjoy. Thanks for joining us. Catch you next time. Yes, let's do it, mate. Next week. God. Really? Oh my God. Let's humiliate Boaty live on a YouTube channel. Right, well, I've caught up with the comments. I've done 2 hours. We'll bring said doings to the spring social. Also, it will be easy. What will be easy? The caliper. If the caliper would be easy, how come it's taken 6 months? Do any of you know how to do a brake caliper? You can do it. Oh, you're talking about the oil change. Oh, right, the oil change, you plank. I could do an oil change, can I? I think I understand it in theory. As I understand it in theory, you get underneath the car, and then you take the plug out. Right, I'm going to impress you now. Sump plug. That's what it's called, isn't it? Sump plug. So you find a bit of string, pull the sump plug out. Oh, you put a receptacle underneath the sump drain plug thing, and you pull the sump plug out. Is it on a chain? Hopefully it'll be on a chain so that you can't lose it, and I can just hook it round the tap. You let all of the oil fall out, and I imagine that you do it when the oil is warm so that it's more or less viscous and will flow out easier. And then when all of the oil has come out, you push the plug back in. No, you have to keep hold of it. Well, oh, I have to keep hold of the plug, do I? Hot engine first, right? So then I put the plug back in, give it a good firm shove, and then I get out from underneath the car and I put the oil in the poury-inny bit in the engine bit. Yeah? So easy, Boaty. I've done 2 today, says Lurpak A380. Okay, nobody likes your. I'm going to open this. I'm going to open this if this is the one from Singles. Oh, what have we got? It might be funny. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, how lovely. Have a look at this, everybody. Oh, how nice. A birthday toast. Boaty, here's hoping it's the happiest birthday there's ever been. And bean is spelled bean. It's a toast-themed birthday card. And then, to Boaty, have a very happy birthday from all your online chums in the Singles group. Isn't that lovely? How very, very nice. Ah, I'm really touched. Do you know? I've been running that Singles community for about 7 years, and it's the first time anybody's done something like this. And that's absolutely lovely. I'm really touched. Thank you very much. I'm not sure who was responsible for this, but I'm guessing it was TP. Oh, that reminds me, if you're still watching TP, I meant to ask you something. As you know, you're quite a dynamic person, and you're not afraid to get out and about, and you're really good with communities, and you're really good with people. Would you be willing to jump in and help a little bit with Singles in a kind of official role as a mod or something, and try and, because I've made no secret of the fact that the Singles community has kind of died on its arse a bit. All the dynamic people that made it a thriving, fun community with loads of real life stuff happening, they've all, as happens with dynamic fun people, they've all found partners and scarpered. I'm still friends with a lot of them, but they're not in the community making it what it was. And I need some new dynamic fun people to help me chivvy it up a bit. And I think you'd be really good. I don't mind. I wish people would join in more. Yeah, so do I. And we need to get a core of us. That's how we did it before. If you get a core of you who kind of interact amongst yourselves and get some features going or get some regular stuff going, then other people will just join in, but kind of expecting them to make the first move. It never happens, and I think you'd be really good. There's no idea what to do though. We can have a chat about that. And there's a few who'll come on board. Anthony's really good. Green is really good. What's her name? Oh God, what's her name? Oh, I've forgotten. And obviously Jack is brilliant, who does the daily selfie thread. But when it's just a few of you, it can feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall when you got 10,000 people there sitting on their hands, wondering why they're single with no friends when they won't get involved with anything. So let's try and get a few of us, and let's try and work between the YouTube and the Singles thing. So if we can get a few of the single folk from the YouTube community who are all good eggs and thrusting and vibrant and good fun, if we can get them over there to shake things up a bit, and get some of the Singles guys over to YouTube to shake them up a bit, we might be able to make it a bit more fun, a bit more like what it was. No pressure, but if you fancy it, I'll make you a mod, and just say you've got an official tittle thing. Look at me using the word tittle again. And yeah, see what you can do. Softly, every, every little helps, and I've been guilty of neglecting it in favour of YouTube lately because it's boring. But if we can make it less boring, if we get a few of us and we get together and we, combined effort to spice things up a bit, maybe we can maybe we can get back to where we used to be. I keep saying to new people to be active. I know. The thing is, their idea of being active means posting a selfie with no text, or posting a meme that they don't have to think about. And if you don't let them do that, which I don't, they've got no interest in starting an actual conversation, because that would mean they actually have to put some thought into it. And they've got no interest in meeting up in real life, because that would mean they'd have to wash and get dressed and leave the house. We need some new single people. That's what we used to have. We used to have single people who are like me, and like, okay, might be single, but that didn't mean you couldn't get out there and have fun and have friends and do things. And we seem to have 10,000 single people who just want to sit and be bloody miserable and just wait for somebody to come along and make them not single, which they think is going to happen by being part of a virtual community, never actually contributing anything or interacting in any meaningful way, and never leaving the bloody house. Anyway. Yeah, we used to have get-togethers, TP. We used to have some really good get-togethers in the early days when it was a vibrant happening place. We had like a nationwide bowling league, so everybody would meet up in their local area for 10-pin bowling, and we'd put the result. I would put the results into like a national singles league, so that as well as competing against the people that you were there with, only a bit of fun competition. But then each area was also competing with each other area. And we used to have Christmas meetup. We used to have loads of meetups, some really, really good ones. Group meals, and I met some lovely people who'll be friends for life. But you need the right people to do it, and trying to do it with that lot. But the other thing is, right, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, a self-perpetuating thing. Because if somebody joins and sees a group of 10,000 people that's kind of dead, then they're not going to be inclined to jump in. If we can get it moving and shaking a bit, we'll attract new people who will be more in tune with our dynamic for the group. So if we can just make it look vibrant and happening, then then the group being active will automatically attract new people. Like, in the day when we were running at full capacity, I used to get 100 join requests per day. 100 per day, 700 a week. Now it's like 10 a day, and most of them are bloody fake profiles. So, two things. If we can get the group back to being fully active, then we show up top in all of the searches, so we get new people coming in, so we got more likelihood of good new people coming in. And then if they see that the group dynamic is happening and vibrant, then that is the way that they will interact, and they will interact. That's how I did it before. It takes a little bit of effort, but many hands make light work. And there are some like-minded people who will join in and help. They've tried doing it on their own, and it just becomes bloody, like I said, banging a head against a brick wall. But if we all jump in and start doing it again, maybe we can get something to do. Simon's off. So, good night, Simon. Thanks for coming. Gilbert is off. In fact, it's that time that we all got off, isn't it? We've done 2 hours and 10 minutes, so let's start saying some goodbyes. I can get my poorly ass to bed a bit later on. Have some supper first. Oh, and need to look at some cars. Thank you so much for this. I might jump on and do a Facebook Live for 5 minutes. See, there's another thing. I used to host a midnight thread. My idea was that you know, there are people who can't sleep, there are people who have weird sleep patterns, and you're never lonelier than like at midnight when you're on your own. And so I thought I'd do a midnight thread for all of those people. And then when I started doing YouTube, I thought doing that live would be the best way to do it. So I tried it. I did a Facebook Live in the group. Not one person even said hello. 10,000 people there, not one person even said hello. That's the kind of thing I'm up against. But I might go on and do a 2-minute Facebook Live just saying thank you to the group for that. So there we are. It is time to say goodnight. Don't forget, tomorrow night is Captain Mustard's own live stream, which will be most excellent. What time are you starting, Mustard? Is it 9 o'clock again? I assume it's going to be a 9 o'clock start. So don't miss that. I probably will miss it. Tomorrow I'll be getting home probably around the 10:30 mark. And if you're still going, I will jump in like I did last week when I was just there in time to say good night. And he said, oh, boat is here, I'm off. That was nice. Yeah, 9 o'clock tomorrow for Mustards. My next live will be Thursday night at the normal time of 11 o'clock, unless you all nag me to do another short one tomorrow. But the next official live will be Thursday night. There'll be videos coming out over the next few days of Mustard and mine shenanigans today, and we had a great day. I mean, it was 99.9% entirely unproductive, but it was a bloody good laugh. One of these days we might nail having a bloody good laugh and doing something productive. Maybe if I was able to get my ass out of bed a bit earlier and get there. Oh, Mustard, did you hear back from that guy? Did the Sheffield guy come back? It doesn't matter if he didn't, because it might make sense to wait until see what happens with that eBay auction, which will, so at least we know what's going on there. Because last time I checked, it was still at the same price, and I'll put one last bid in just in case. And I've got that Allegra Man's 45 running around my mind, and I've got, do you know that feeling you get where you think, I should own this car? Even though your head's looking at it and saying, well, it's got this and it's got that and it's got that, and, you know, is it very wise? I just get this thing where I think that the universe is telling me that I'm supposed to can't do tomorrow by the looks of it. That's cool, not a problem. That fits in well, because after the eBay thing, we'll have more of an idea what's going on. But yeah, I've just got that feeling that the universe is telling me that I'm supposed to own that car. You know how it all just ties in? You know, I saw it in your yard at your meet. It was owned by somebody who's now part of our community. It's been repaired by somebody who's part of your community, I guess. Does Allegro Man not do YouTube? Or does he just not do my YouTube and he only does your YouTube? I think you should go for the 45, sounds special. It is kind of special. Have I told you the story with the 45 Lurpak? It is kind of special. It's oh, he doesn't understand the internet. Okay. It is a bit special, and yeah, I have just got the feeling that I'm supposed to own it, but unless he can shift a bit, well, I'm gonna see what pennies I can drag in tomorrow and see how close I can get to the asking price. He's already discounted it for me, to be fair to him. But it's still a little bit, oh well, I'll see what I can do tomorrow, because yeah, I've got a bit like Sheeson. I've got the feeling that I'm actually supposed to own him. Now I had that with Sheeson, but I haven't got it so much with the others. They were just happenstance. But yeah, I've just got this feeling that he needs me. And in my head, I've named him, and I told Allegro Man, I told him what his name was going to be, and that's got to be a bad sign when you've named a car that's not even yours. You've kind of already made an emotional commitment to it, haven't you? And you know, the little faults, they're not unfixable. I mean, they're unfixable by me because I can't fix them, and I wouldn't be able to afford to have them fixed. But they're not pivotal. You know, they don't stop the car being driven and enjoyed. All the major stuff has been done, and I love that history. That would make a brilliant history file. And it's a really nice, handsome car. Anyway, that's enough. I will say good night to you all. Have a safe and peaceful night. Stay warm, stay safe. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving me your time. It's been an absolute joy as always. And I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, take care guys. Good night everybody. Thank you for this. This one I'm going to save until my birthday because that looks more like a present thing. The card I had permission to open in advance, and it'll be nice to have that on the old mantelpiece. So anyway, good night. See you next time.